Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. I'm going to be showing you how I transformed my rainbow nails into some pretty spring pastel nails. So getting right into the video, I'm using my safety carbide bit. This is coarse, but because the tip is rounded, there is no chance that you will hurt your client or yourself when doing this. I'm just going ahead and removing the design that I have currently on my nails, and I'm doing that by just using my efile at a pretty low speed. You don't want to do this too fast, as we don't want to remove the bulk of product. We just want to remove that design. So I have it at about 6 RPMs in the Youngnails efile. I do recommend you work with a lower speed, as you will have more mobility of the efile. I have definitely been requested to do this type of video for a little while now, and I'm finally getting around to it. I actually do this on myself quite a bit, where I put a base color down and then I kind of just use my imagination to change out the design. So I'm going to make this kind of a regular thing where I show you guys how I transform a beautiful set of nails into another beautiful set of nails. You'd be surprised, in a world full of not polish type of designs, you can do a lot with gel polish, gel paints, acrylic paints, and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this type of video, and I'll be doing a ton more of them. In this step, I'm just showing you how I sanitize my bits. I'm using alcohol to do so. I do this before every use. And I'm going to be taking my sanding band. This is a coarse bit. As long as you're doing it very gently and slowly, you will not harm the client or the natural nail bed. So it is definitely okay once you have more experience with coarse bits and all that good stuff. You should be fine to use these. If you are new, I do recommend using a fine sanding band. So for this step, I'm just taking my sanding band and going around the growth of the natural nail. What we want to do is remove any shine from the natural nail bed, so the application of the acrylic adheres properly. I am also getting rid of any lifting that I might have, and because I do take really good care of my nails and I do take the time to prep correctly, I do have very minimal lifting. So this is a pretty quick step, and I'm basically just showing you how I do that. You just go around, gently remove the shine and try to get any lifting, and you want to keep moving or it will heat spike, so make sure you continue to move while you are filing. Now I'm taking my lint-free wipes and my swipe, and I'm using this as a nail cleanser, which it is a nail cleanser, so I'm taking off any excess nail dust or dead skin cells that may have been left on there. Now taking Youngnails Protein Bond, I'm going to be priming the natural nail bed. I do this using 2 coats. I've noticed that this helps more with any lifting. So I do recommend, if you guys are having a little bit of issues, use 2 coats and that should do the trick. Now I'm taking the same nude that I used in that last set. I use a combination of Cover Pink and Cover Earth for this set. I mix the colors all the time to get the perfect color for my skin tone, and it's probably my favorite go-to color that I've used on myself. So for any of you wondering, it is Youngnails Cover Pink and Cover Earth mixed together. I'm taking just a small bead of acrylic and applying it to the cuticle area, gently making sure it does not run into any of that skin, and just gently dragging that product down. Once you get the hang of it, this is so easy to do. Okay, so a little tip to avoid the cuticle being flooded with any liquid or acrylic. I set the bead down onto the natural nail bed, and before I let it go, I drag it down just a tad bit. So a lot of the product goes down towards the free edge versus staying right there towards the cuticle. So I place, drag down to the free edge, which is the tip of the nail, and then I let go and then I start dragging the product down. This is going to be a huge game changer and super helpful to avoid any lifting. Now we're checking for it. That's what you want to hear. The clicking is what you want to hear in order to ensure that the acrylic is fully dry and you're ready to file. So I'm taking my safety carbide bit once again, and I'm just going around the cuticle area and then going down the entire nail bed to ensure the smoothness of the product. For this next step, I'm going to be taking my Tammy Taylor peel and stick files. And we're going to take that file and just go ahead and perfect that shape. I'm going down the sides of the nail. And I'm going to repeat this on every single nail. And then I'm going to go in and do the free edge of the nail, which is the tip of the nail. And I'm going to perfect that and make sure it's nice and straight. And so we get the perfect coffin shape. Now I'm taking my sponge buffer and I'm just gonna go ahead and buff the entirety of the nail. We do want to do this especially if we're doing nail art and using the matte finish. As you can see, any little imperfection on the surface of the nail if you do nail art and use matte. So make sure you do not skip this step. Once we're done with this step, I went ahead and cleansed the nails. Now we're taking our Mission Control gel paints from Youngnails. Highly recommend these if you guys are looking for any gel paints. I'm going to be doing a little bit of line art. I'm also taking this purple from OPI. I will link it down below. I didn't realize I did not mention the color. And my favorite nail art brush from Amazon, which is also linked in my storefront. my little paintbrush, which is also from Amazon. Sorry, not paintbrush, my little paint palette. It's the cutest and my favorite. So I'm taking each of those colors and I'm going to be mixing them each with white to make a pastel color. You will be surprised that you don't need like the entire collection of every gel paint color because you could just mix your own, and I do this all the time. So I'm taking every single one of the colors that I chose and I'm just adding white to it and getting a pretty pastel. Alright, so this step is pretty simple. We're just going to go around the edges of the nail with a very thin line of whatever color you choose to go with first. And we're just going to outline that. This is one of my go-to simple, like, hints of color kind of design. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I am doing that on 4 of the nails, and then I'm going to have an accent nail. Now, once we are finished, I'm going to take my Youngnails brush on glue, my Swarovski crystals, and I'm just going ahead and placing 4 tiny crystals. I'm kind of just eyeballing it to see where I want to place them. I don't know how I decided this. I just placed them randomly onto the nail. And I'm also using a wax pencil to place the crystals on there. I'm taking my 3D nail art brush. This is in my Amazon storefront. I am going to be doing little petals around those crystals, so they're going to be little pretty spring sparkly flowers. Alright, for the little petals, this is probably going to be the simplest petal and flower design you could ever come across. So once you master it, it's going to be so easy. I am placing a little tiny ball of acrylic onto wherever I want to create the petal. And then I'm taking the tip of my brush and pressing down in the center and pushing the product outward. This is the easiest ever once you get the hang of it. So you will be surprised at how fast you can do this. Again, placing the little ball of acrylic and just pushing outwards, and boom, done. So highly recommend these. These are super cute and super easy to create. Now we're just gonna go ahead and repeat this with every single color. And that basically concludes this video. I am using Matte It from Not Polish and going ahead and top coating the nails. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is one of my favorite looks. Do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think and let me know what you guys want to watch. Thank you guys again so much, and I'll catch you guys next time.